Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is mainly for the young ladies that were at the assembly this morning. I told you that I'd give you some extra support, so here it is. So today we went over special triangles. These are the two special triangles that we talked about having to learn, the 45-45, 1-1, root 2, and the 60-30, 90, and the longest side is opposite the largest angle, and the shortest side should be opposite the smallest angle, and therefore root 3 is between 1 and 2, and 60 is between 30 and 60, so it goes opposite the 60. We went over that before you left, so that should be okay. Oh, by the way, I'm making this recording in the middle of the library, so if you've got some background noise, that's what's going on. But you should be able to hear my voice adequately, and we'll just go through this. So examples, find the exact value. Whenever you see that, you know you're working with special triangles. So the sine of 45, I would draw the triangle, 45, 45, 90, 1, 1, root 2. Sine of 45 is opposite over hypotenuse, so it's 1 over root 2. And yes, at this point we need to rationalize our answers. So we're going to multiply the bottom by root 2, we're going to multiply the top by root 2, and that'll give us root 2 over 2, which is our final exact answer. Cos of 60. I think I made a mistake on this one, so make sure that you're correcting it. So cos of 60, you come to 60. It's a 60, 30, 90 triangle. Root 3, 1, and 2. So cos is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse, so it's 1 over 2. And we do the same for tan. We do the same for sine. And every time I do one, I'm drawing a little triangle to make sure that I remember it, okay? And again, it doesn't matter whether you have the 60 up in this part of the triangle or put 30 up there. What matters is that the sides opposite it are appropriate. So if this is 30 up here, then the side length here is 1. If this is 60 here, then that's going to be root 3, and then that's 2. And again, we just go through it. Cos of 30. 30 is adjacent over hypotenuse, root 3 over 2. Last one was the tan of 30. We get 1 over root 3. We have to rationalize again, and we get root 3 over 3. So that was page 191. Let's flip over to page 192. So, the first thing that we notice here is that they're going to ask us to evaluate. Okay, that means that we need to get a numerical answer. That's what the word evaluate means. Also, we talked in class, you guys were at the assembly, but we had talked, no calculators with these. So I'm supposed to evaluate the sine of 120 without a calculator, and I want an exact answer. Well, there's no special triangle with 120 degrees in it, so that's not going to help us. So what I said to the group was, let's make a picture. It's time for us to draw a little diagram. So we draw the Cartesian plane, we see my rotational angle of 120, we notice that it takes me to quadrant 2, it has a related acute angle of 60, that's up from the 180, that created a special triangle here. So a 1, root 3, 2, 60, 90, 30 degree triangle. So the sine of 120 is equal to the sine of 60. Since it's in quadrant 2, it'll be positive, and it's equal to root 3 over 2. Cos of 240, same idea. So I drew my rotational angle of 240. It created a related acute angle of 60. The cos of 240 is equal to negative the cos of 60. Why negative? Because in quadrant 3, only tan is positive, so up here, cos is going to be positive. Down here, cos of 240 will be negative. So if they're going to equal, I got to make one of them negative. I'll make the cos of 60 negative. Doing my special triangle, 60, 30, 90, cos of 60 is adjacent over hypotenuse, so 1 over 2, negative. Tan of 35, same thing happening. Rotational angle of 35. My related acute angle is 45. The tan of 315 is equal to negative tan of 45 because only cosine's positive here. So if I'm going to make these equal, tan of 45 up here will be positive, tan of 315 will be negative. So to make them equal, one of them needs a negative sign. I put it with the tan of 45. I make my special triangle. It's 1 over 1, so it equals negative 1. Looking at the last questions, these start to look a little funny, but you can handle them. Find the exact value of the following, and then it looks like that. All you have to do is say to yourself, what does it say? It says 2 times sine of 45. So write it so you said it. 2 times the sine of 45. The sine of 45 is 1 over root 2. So the answer is top times top, bottom times bottom, 2 over root 2. Then I'm going to rationalize. It gives me 2 root 2 over 2. The 2's reduced, giving me root 2. And yes, you need to do that step. The last one of our examples is sine 30 times sine or cos 30, subtract tan 45 and tan of 60. So sine of 30 times sine of cos of 30, tan of 45 times tan of 60, subtract between them. Using my special triangle, 30, 60, 90. Sine of 30 is 1 half. Cos of 30 is root 3 over 2. Tan of 45 is 1. Tan of 60 is root 3 over 1. Top times top, bottom times bottom. Root 3 over 4 minus root 3. Get a common denominator. Do the subtraction of like terms. 1 root 3, take away 4 root 3's, gives me negative 3 root 3. This is not your homework. That's in a different textbook. The next page has some optional examples that you can read. I don't suggest that you do. This was a long time ago I used this. I've already taught you all of this. But on the back there are definitely some good questions that need to be done. Skip 4 because you can't read it. Do 5, 6, 7, 8, A to F, 9, A to C, 10, 11, 12, 13, A and B, and your answers are here. I'll see you tomorrow, ready to go.